Okay, so I'd like to thank you all for joining us for this launch event for the Belgian English Language Teachers Association. My name is James Taylor and I'm joined today by Mieke Kenis and Guido van Landeghem. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
So we've invited you here to tell you about our association, what we hope to achieve and how you can help us out. But before we do that, I want to tell you the backstory of how we came to be here. I used to teach in Seoul in South Korea, where I was a member of KOTESO, Association for English Teachers in Korea. It's a great organisation with excellent resources and professional development opportunities for its members. So when I was moving to Belgium, I naturally went on and I tried to find the equivalent in my new home to be, and I didn't find anything. So I waited, and after a few months of settling in Brussels, I checked again, and I still found nothing. This led me to two conclusions. Either there was no association for English teachers in Belgium, which seems strange as this is the heart of Europe, and almost every country in Europe seems to have a teaching association, and a vast proportion of the countries around the world. Or the other conclusion was that they weren't doing a very good job. Either way, it was clear to me that something was missing. And it was about this time I met a couple of teachers on Twitter, Belgian teachers on Twitter, the two teachers who are with us today. And eventually we discussed this, and at first, to be honest, our conversations weren't entirely serious. But at some point, I think we realized that actually this is something we could do. Why not? In fact, maybe we were the perfect people to be doing this, because a teaching association is run for its members, and as teachers we feel we are in a good position to deliver the same opportunities for Belgian English language teachers as their counterparts enjoy across the rest of the world. So we've been meeting both face-to-face and online and exchanging hundreds of emails and documents. But now I'm delighted to say we're at a stage where we can introduce our association to you and explain our objectives. And for that, I'd like to hand you over to Mieke.
Okay, James. Well, what can I say? How lucky we all met on Twitter, and how wonderful that it could lead to this. Perhaps it needed an Englishman to start a Belgian association for teachers of English, but I like that idea in a way. I would like to add at this point that at least one similar organization that I know of existed in the past on the Flemish side. It was called the Association for Flemish Teachers of English, but unfortunately they stopped their activities in 2003. So with BELTA, we would like to have again an association for teachers of English in Belgium, English teachers for the French, the German and the Dutch-speaking parts of Belgium. It is English, after all, and teaching that brings us together. So our mother tongues and the fact that we work in different parts of the country should not divide us here. We want to be an association for all teachers at all levels, whether you teach very young children or in secondary schools, in university colleges or universities, private teachers also, for freelance teachers, for teacher trainers and their students, and just anybody who is interested in teaching English as a foreign language. To all the people who are familiar with the Belgian education system, we would also like to say that BELTA is not tied in any way with either the state education system nor with the Catholic independent system. And none of us play any role on the higher echelons of the Belgian education system. We also would like to emphasize that BELTA is very much a grassroots association. It is an organization for people like us, like you said, ordinary teachers who just do the job every day. And we really do hope that this bottom-up approach is going to make BELTA what it will be, that every teacher feels that the organization really represents them and does something for them. So what do we hope to achieve? Well, let me read for you some of our statutes. BELTA wants to stimulate professional development of teachers of English who will be able to connect, to network, to learn and to build strong personal networks, strong PLNs, with the people who are in similar situations and who know the Belgian education context so well. We also want to collect and disseminate information about new developments in business, new materials, new initiatives, events that have to do with teaching English. We would also like to create opportunities for teachers to discuss everything to teaching of English. That can happen online, of course, on our blog, on our Facebook page and on Twitter, but of course also in real life events like BELTA is going to organize BELTA Days, we would like to call them, where people come together face to face to give and follow workshops, to listen to great speakers in our field, to learn from each other and to share. We also want to cooperate with similar organizations that have the same aims. In future, for instance, we would like to be affiliated with IATEFL. Today we still feel very small and there's this huge task of making it work, so we really need your help. And Guido, I think you are going to be the one to persuade people.
Well, that's my job. Hello everyone, my name is Guido and I'm here to tell you what plans for the future are and how you actually can get involved. The first thing that we'd like to organize is a real-life launch party. Unlike this online launch party, we'd like to get people together physically in Brussels sometime early or mid-January. And so we'll be inviting everyone in the English teaching field, and whether it be teachers, teacher trainers, publishers, authors, and the like. So, but we'll still be announcing the exact venue and time at our website, beltabelgium.com. That's our place of entry. A second big thing, and Mieke has already mentioned them, is a BELTA Day, sometime of a one-day conference sometime in spring. We'll be organizing talks, workshops, concurrent workshops maybe if we get a lot of response, and just like any self-respecting teachers association, we may even be offering free pens, carrier bags, and organize a raffle. Who knows? We're already inviting you, and if you are watching the recording of this webinar, we are inviting your ideas and proposals, whether you be teachers of English in Belgium or whether you are joining us from abroad. So, if you have an idea, something to speak about, if you know of an interesting project that you've done or a colleague of yours has done, or just something that you did with your class, you know the place to go. It's beltabelgium.com, ladies and gentlemen. It means that the Belgium.com website is the place to get in touch with us. You can read up again on what James said and who we are and where we come from, or what our aims and objectives are, and what the future plans and events are, as I said. If you go to the website, you can also find a tab to become a member even. If you want to go there now, we're just asking for a name, which you all have, an email address, which we hope you have as well, and the country you live in, so we can keep you updated on the future events that we organize and future things that we'll be doing. And again, if you are watching this recording, we should have a full-blown membership scheme with payment facilities in place, so you can reap all the benefits of being a member of our teaching association. I must emphasize that BELTA is a non-profit organization. We're all volunteers. And I must say, it's not just James, Mieke, and myself. There's a few people that have been helping us already, and I want to mention their names here. They are Ellen de Preter. I can't see her in the room.
She's in England.
Oh, she's in England. Oh, good. Jürgen, who's been helping us a lot. Anna Varner, the book lover, who's been helping us out. And of course, Heike Philp, who's very generously offered us to have us in this room today. So we thank her for that already. As you understand, as a non-profit organization and as an organization that is carried by volunteers, We are still looking for people who can help. People who can help in a general way, but especially if you have any organizing talents or legal expertise, or even any talents that are still unknown to us. There's only one place to go, ladies and gentlemen, and you should know by now, it's BELTABelgium.com. It also means that we're still looking for sponsors. So if you are in a position to help us financially, or if you know someone who is in a position to help us in that way, so do get in touch on BELTABelgium.com. As an association for teachers of English in Belgium and also by teachers of English in Belgium, we'd specifically like to hear from any English teacher in Belgium. We'd like to know from you what you expect, what you would like us to do, what you need from us, right? So you can always give us your suggestions, your ideas. We'd like to get your feedback on how we're doing and what we're doing. And of course, we'd like to invite you to come to our first BELTA Day next spring. Not just to attend, but also to speak. I emphasize that. So for the people who are here today, who have joined us live, even from abroad, if you have seen something in your country, if you have read something in a newsletter, if you have heard something or even said something at a conference, also do let us know. Or, of course, if you are indeed involved in any teacher association in your country, place to go is Belgium.com. And finally, of course, we're all on Twitter and we're all on Facebook, so please why don't you tell us that finally there's a teaching association for English teachers in Belgium. Let your friends and your family know. Post our link on Facebook, Twitter. We even have a Google Plus account. And then there's just one last appeal I'd like to make. Please support us in living up to our name and help us make this become a real belter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Guido. That was very rousing for everybody. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, these are our contact details. So please do get in touch, follow us, and share our activities as much as you can. So as Guido said, I'd really like to thank Mieke and Guido for joining me and Belgium, who've been working on this for many months now. And I'd also like to thank Heike from Let Online for giving us this online space to talk to you today. It's much appreciated. And of course, thanks to you for coming. So thank you, everybody.